This is the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to us wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Also catch us on the HWWS Web TV YouTube channel. Subscribe today and become part of the legend.
Now, every Sunday morning, longtime independent comics creator and Indie Vault podcaster Randy Zimmerman hosts a discussion on the lighter side of comics, the more whimsical and fun comics out there on the Sunday Funnies. That's 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday on Indie Vault, indievault.com, the Indie Vault YouTube channel, and the usual Indie Vault sites on Facebook. Listen in, won't you? Participate in the chat. Let's have some fun. See you there.
Welcome to Clever Title Pending with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, and former mortician's assistant. Don't send him title recommendations because Brian knows exactly what he's doing. So just sit down and look pretty as Brian K. Morris scrolls through your comments and plays with his mouse. Join him on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, for Evening Pandemonium and Moonlight Madness.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the September 15th, 2020 edition of Clever Title Pending. We're glad to have you here. Welcome to where we talk about creativity and the business behind it. Thank you for watching us, whether it's live or on you or rather on the reruns. We're glad to have you here. Please share this message, spread out far and wide so everybody can see all the cool people you hang out with, okay? And if you're watching on Facebook, please, whether it's on the Indie Vent page or the Rising Tide page, give this, or on my page even, give this video a like, and again, share it with other people so everybody can see the awesomeness that will unfold over the next hour or two. And if you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel, all right, and give this video a big thumbs up, share it with your friends, and ring that bell so you'll be notified of all kinds of creativity that we're going to bring your way in the next few months or so. And this show is brought to you by geekinsider.com and risingtide.pub. And as you know from this title of this show, that we're bringing back one of our favorite people. He's one of the first folks to support Clever Title Pending in its new form of an interview show. Plus, he puts out some incredible comic books, and I'm really proud of this guy. And we're both looking forward to your questions tonight, so please bring them on, okay? And if you're wondering what we're going to be talking about tonight, or what this thing at the bottom of the screen is about, here's a little more information for you.
New from Terraform Comics, Hybrids, The Sons of Gods, Volume 1, Trash Day. When everyday people develop godlike abilities, it is up to a small band of heroes to expose an evil superhuman trafficking ring. This 128-page volume merges history with fiction in an exciting, fast-paced adventure. Get your copy now.
And if you're digging the artwork, wait till you read the story. Hybrids came out earlier this year as a series of 5 comic books, and is one of the first titles from the brand newly formed Terraform Press. And we're going to get a a progress report on that place tonight, as well as some tips on how you could crowdfund your creative project. We're going to get the news from an expert here. And also, please check out the address that you see at the bottom of the screen, https :/igg.me/at/hybrid STPB-hybrids trade paperback, and give that some support. We're just a little bit away from reaching the goal, but here to tell us more about is the one, the only, one of my favorite people on this whole planet, Mr. Luke Stone. Hey, I'm doing good. How are you tonight, my brother?
Oh man, I'm fantastic. I get to hang out and talk comics with one of my best friends in the world. So,
oh really? Is he waiting in the? Is he waiting in the thing? What?
Yeah, he's supposed to be here later, right? No.
Oh, yeah, I think so. Yeah, I thought I invited him. So it's gonna get goofy tonight, folks, and I couldn't be happier about it. And like I said, I'm so proud of Luke here. I really am, because he's and it's not just hybrids, but you're probably one of the busiest guys in the independent scene right now. You just got through illustrating Voodoo Nation for Travis Gibb, and I know you're doing all kinds of covers and stuff. And plus, you're the publisher at Terraform Comics, and we've mentioned them frequently. We'll want a progress report later on that. Plus, we'll want your questions, so please start them up.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'll tell you what, we will give, as I tell people, we will give you the floor and all the dirt on it. Why don't you tell people who you are and why you are so awesome?
Well, my name is Luke Stone. I am the writer and artist behind this book back here, Hybrids, the Sons of Gods. I'm also the artist for Voodoo Nations, which just came out, is being fulfilled right now from Kickstarter. I partnered with Travis Gibb on that one, and then I'm the publisher at Terraform Comics. You can find more about me tonight by looking at LukeStoneStudios.com. I do have the link to the Kickstarter, not Kickstarter, the Indiegogo up there for Hybrids, the trade paperback. And you could also go to terraformcomics.com, sign up for the mailing list. We got a lot of really cool things going on over there. I'm ready to talk some comic books and hang out and get goofy.
All right. Well, I think we're both in the right place then. And speaking of getting goofy, we're going to start out with Cindy Cap. Here she comes to save the day from YouTube there, and at least provide Peanut Gallery comments. And please say hello when you get here, because StreamYard doesn't tell us when you're here. So let's start out. Like we said, we've got the Indiegogo campaign going. I say we, like I had anything to do with it. It's the editorial we. But tell us about Hybrid Sons of Gods and this brilliant, unique new form it has taken, sir.
Yeah, so most everyone I think knows the story. The pitch. I kind of pitch that thing all the time. I'm kind of getting sick of it. I've been on so many pitching. I'm trying to find new ways to say the same thing, so I'm getting so bored with it. But we decided to do something really cool before we launch into the next arc, which, by the way, Brian, I'm already writing and starting the art on. So I'm excited about that. Yeah. So the next arc is going to be.
You heard it here first, or relatively first. So
yeah. So one of the really cool things that I wanted to do is I just didn't want to make it the same books again. I didn't want to just take the 5 books and put them into a volume and make that it, because I wanted, if I was going to print something else, I wanted there to be a value to it. And so we put some of you got a hold of the Serafina book, or you at least got it in digital from the last Kickstarter. Well, we're actually going to put that in there as well. So we're still not doing that by itself, like it was exclusive to be a standalone comic before, but it is going to get put in that trade paperback. But there's this other thing that's going in there that was supposed to be unleashed to the world prior to through an advocator thing, but it never got released, Brian. So there's these 4, maybe 5 pages of kind of, the best way to describe it is like a Marvel's post-credit scene, if that makes any sense.
It does.
And so that's the best way to describe it. And so basically that's at the end of the book, that it gives us a hint about some of the things that our protagonists are going to have to deal with in the next arc. And aside from that, I'm also putting in I've got several pages of kind of creator commentary, basically stuff that, kind of insider stuff that most people don't most people don't get. I don't have time to talk about it in the other books, and put that information in. So it's all going in this one. And so it's just going to be pretty awesome.
Yeah. And plus you've got like all kinds of variant covers too. You want to talk about your variant cover artists?
Yeah. So there's this guy many years ago. It feels like probably 7-8 years ago. I ran across this guy who's a fellow Hoosier, and by the name of Kanan White, and I saw him doing some drawing digital with a style, with a tablet, like what I've got in front of me tonight.
Right.
And it just enthralled me because he was so talented. He was so good and did it. I was like, well, that looks just as good as anything that you could do with with pen and ink. Mm-hmm. And so I started watching his stuff, and I've always wanted to have him do a cover, but he's gotten quite well known and stays pretty busy. Well, I got a hold of him, and he agreed to do a cover for me. And so I've got the Kanan White cover that's exclusive on Indiegogo, which I'll tell you, this thing turned out amazing. Mm-hmm. So Kanan White did the art to it, and then Eric Hodson, he did the colors on it. And I just couldn't be any happier with that cover. I mean, it just turned out amazing. So
very cool.
That's a really neat one. So, and then we're actually putting some new covers on some of the old floppies too. Mm. So we've got all 5 of the covers are going to have a connected, so basically it's like a big panoramic picture. So nice. All of them are connected one image across. So we got those are available. And right now, you can get those on the Indiegogo as well. You can do an add-on and stuff like that. So yeah. Mm-hmm. And we're doing some homage covers. Those are going to be really exciting. Yeah.
I love homage covers. I really do. And you've got a holofoil cover?
I do, yeah. Brian Dawson did a cover a while back. It was supposed to be another part of this kind of big connected 5 connected books or whatever. And I'm no longer with that group anymore, so I paid for the art and I really wanted to use it, and I was like, man, this will make a great cover for the trade. So we're making that one a holofoil, and it's gonna be really cool.
Yeah, I will say that I have pledged to this one. And I want the holofoil cover with all my heart and soul. I can never resist a variant cover. And if you want to see the covers that Luke is talking about right now, go to the Indiegogo address below and check them out. And if nothing else, share Luke's that address on your website so your comic loving friends might get in on it. There's 2 more days to go. Luke is edging closer to his initial goal, but he has some stretch goals that he's going for that I have a vested interest, shall we say. I want Meredith to get published. Yeah, and not a selfish bone in my body, but But no, please check that out, and even just send $1, because $1 gets him that much closer to his goal, and it's a good attaboy, isn't it?
It is, in fact. So I had some people well, I don't want to get the book, or just don't tell me you don't want to get the book. That just breaks my heart. Okay. Yeah. But some people wanted to back, but they couldn't afford to jump in on a trade, because the thing is, trades are a lot more expensive than a floppy is, Right. And so. I keep reminding myself, though I've still got a ways to go to get to that initial funding goal, that I set a really high mark, because we really want to pay for a big print run is basically what we want to do. Pay a big print run so that we can keep the costs low, and be able to reach more people with it and get it distributed and things like that. But so going for this higher run there, and I want more backers. I want more people getting involved with it. And I try to remind myself of those things, because when I look at, I'm like, oh man, I'm only 65% funded, and I got 2 days left to go. I keep reminding myself of those things that I've still, at this point, I've made more money than my last solo campaign that Hybrids made. So it's actually made more money than the last campaign, even though the last campaign looked more successful than where this one is at right now. So it's oh my goodness. But it's kind of all one of those, it's just all kind of all matter of perspective kind of thing. But people wanted to get involved, and they didn't want to go at the higher price point. So I actually put in there's a $5 tier where people can buy me a cup of Joe. They can just little cafefe, and they
There we
can
go.
they can feel the madness, you know.
There we go. Yeah, that's right. Although it is illegal in some states, check your local jurisdiction before you start feeling the madness and ask for permission first. But anyway, I've learned that. Anyway, we've got some great comments. That's what the judge told me. Brian Rodman says, hello there. Looking forward to this show tonight. Luke is a great dude.
Well, appreciate that, Brian. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we got 2 Brians on the show now. Y'all are outnumbered. And we've been saying hello to various people who are here. And Carl Witzman isn't really here. He's finishing up another video in another window and then feeding the cat. You're here for real now. Well, we're glad to have you. And Phil Leon is here. How goes it? Well, how goes it with you, Phil? Good to see you. And Phil Locklear, who is a great broadcaster himself. And we've got a familiar face coming up here next, Luke. Nick
there
Tucker.
We go.
Yeah,
I was just
you're working with this guy too, aren't you?
Yeah, I was just bragging on Nick a little while ago. So we are working on this role playing game, and we had hoped to have it out already, but life, and so that's not working out. But we're wanting to release the quick play. Oh my gosh, words are so hard tonight.
I know.
But we want to release the quick play, and we have a goal that if we can hit 10K, the good thing about that is only one of our stretch goals has to be made during the actual life of the campaign. The other stretch goal, the 10K, can be done in demand because we can kind of stretch it out. And so once this book makes a total of 10 grand in demand, we will release that where people can buy it, and then we will have another YouTuber said, "Hey, I would love to host a game, a live play on my channel," and so we'll be doing all that kind of stuff too. So, but Nick has done a fantastic job on developing. He's basically taken the world that I've got living in my head, and I've got all these rules for the world, like this is how you create a hybrid, this is how this is supposed to happen or whatever. He basically took all of those rules that I have in my head and he put them down into this universe and put them into a playable manual that everybody can get involved with. It's so awesome.
Yeah. And Luke and I test played it one night with Nick, and it's smooth as honey. It really is. And the mechanics are simple as can be, I think. And I think even people who've never tossed the bones before are gonna be able to jump right in.
Oh yeah,
and make the game happen for them. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And we've been putting up more comments like Phil Leon, who and it's Luke. Awesome, hey Luke, man, and hey. Phil and Bill Sarton says, good evening, Brian, Luke, and the Pendarians. I guess the nighttime crew is the Pendarians. I'm sharing tonight's broadcast on the artwork of Bill Sarton. It's Artwork 76 on Facebook. Please check that page out and give it a like. Thank you, Bill. We do appreciate it. And Teresa Dunn has a question that I get a lot in terms of publishing. And brace yourself. Here we go, Luke. Here come the hardball questions now. It's the audience. Right. Teresa Dunn wants to know, what was it like to publish your first comic? How leading up to it, what emotions ran through your head, and how did you feel when you finally opened up that package?
Drink. There you go.
Yeah. Get yours ready, audience. You'll drown.
I remember the first time I got my hands on a book that I had self-published. It was amazing. And I will be really honest. So the first time I did it, it's been a long time ago. It's been years. And there wasn't really like in-demand printing or things like that. You had to go to find a printer that would print it. And I used to go to local printers and trade off graphic design work for printing. So I would do design stuff for them, and they would print my book. Very good. And I remember the first time I was able to hold a book and see it. It's just amazing. And then the first time when I found in demand and we were able to do that, like the on-demand printing, man, it was just amazing. And it felt like every step. And then when I found a more professional printer and was able to get it, when I got the book and it had my imprint on it, and it just was, and that feeling never you'd think that it would get old. Well, Saturday I went down to the Melbourne area to do this book signing, and I met up with Travis, and I saw Voodoo Nations in print for the first time, and it's the exact same feeling. that just like, it's like your child. You're very proud of it. It feels really good to see something that was imagination and that you've been working on, and to see it in its final print form, and then to see people just wanting to get it. That's even better, man. I can't even. Yeah, I get giddy. I get goose pimples and I get giddy about it. Yeah.
I even feel that way about reorders. I track the damn package, and I'm waiting on the front doorstep of the compound, like Snoopy on top of the mailbox, and it, like I said, it doesn't get old and it doesn't go away. Like I said, even the reorders, because it means that somebody is digging what you do. That's an easy feeling to get used to.
Now I know you lick the spine, but I like to sniff the pages.
Oh. Now, when will the scratch and sniff edition of Hybrids be coming out? Asking for a friend.
We're working on that technology, but here I'll show. I got a couple copies. There we go. I'm still on screen. There we go.
There we go. You're a pro.
But so issue 5. Yeah.
There we go.
I'll open it up and I'll smell the ink in the paper. Yeah.
There we go.
The smell goes away after a minute, but when it comes out from the printer, there's that first like fresh ink smell. It just, there's just something special about it. Yeah. So I'll open the boxes as soon as they come in. I'll start smelling them. They're like, my wife is like, are you sniffing the comic book?
My wife, it just wouldn't surprise her at all anymore if I started doing that. Oh my God! Well, I promise when I get my when I get my fulfillment from the campaign, I will lick a copy of your book on the air.
All right, there we go.
All right, so you can tape it even and use it in your advertising. I'm sure they'll draw everyone. But
it's like, who's that dude in the fez licking that book?
Yeah, what's his damn problem?
That's Brian K. Frickin' Morris.
That's right. Yeah, I'll be licking your books too, Tin Horn. That's all there is to it. Now, you mentioned a term, and I think some of our audience may not know what it is. On demand from Indiegogo. Would you like to tell people what that is and how beneficial it is to creators?
Yeah. So there's 2 platforms that we usually use for crowdfunding, and the first one is most people know Kickstarter. They call it a Kickstarter, and then the other one is Indiegogo. Indiegogo has this option that you can do 2 things. Number one, you can do a flex goal. So you can set a funding level. And if you don't meet that, it's not a big deal because you're still going to get the money, right? They do another thing too, where they let you, sometimes you can extend it if it qualifies. And so you can extend it. But the most important thing is if you can hit that funding goal at the end of the campaign, it will go into in demand. So it can stay up and people can continue to buy the book while you're fulfilling. And so it's still a way for people to get involved with that. And so it's like the campaign is live, but it's already funded. So like money has been released. So the book is being printed. Extra copies are being made so that people can go back on and buy what's left of that print run and stuff. So that's really cool. And that's what I'm trying to get to. That's where the 5K comes in. In 48 hours. 48 hours.
And you can see what an emotional roller coaster crowdfunding can be.
It's a little stressful. I am $1,739 away from being able to go to in demand, and I'm like, no sweat, we could do that, right? Yeah.
Well, I'm going to implore the Nevermorians, even if you have bought the original comic series, support one of our own here. But for heaven's sakes, Luke is one of us. He's a Nevermorian, and there's stuff in it that you won't have if you collected the original 5 issues. Now, is this going to have the Ted Davies variant cover inside there too?
Inside of the trade paperback?
Inside the trade paperback, yes.
No, that one's not going to be in there. I do have a few copies of those left, but those will be available on my website once I put those up.
There we go.
You can get Voodoo Nations up there. You can get that cover by Ted Davies up in there. You can also get what is this? I did a cover for Cat Dad and Supermom. I'll have some copies available soon that I'll put up there so you can get my covers on there. And then I've also got a cover that I did for Return to Sender for David Sumney. That's really cool. And so you can get that book with my cover because I'll have that for my website as well. So
excellent. And your website is
LukeStoneStudios.com.
all right. Excellent. Now, from Brian Rodman, we have another question here. What is the biggest challenge you faced going from comic creator to launching your own publishing company?
Well, the challenge is that it's no longer just about me. I think that's I think as just a standard creator, you make choices and they might be good or bad for you. And it doesn't matter because you're the only one that has to live with those consequences. But going into a company, you have to make choices for other people. And so it can be a little taxing sometimes thinking about the consequences of that. And so, yep.
Very good. And we've got everyone saying hello to each other. Carlene is trying to keep tabs on Carl. I don't blame her. Sarah, glad to see you. She's watching us on her phone. Hi, little phone faces. Which is why I never watch stuff on my phone. I can't see it. I don't wear these things just for my branding. Phil Locklear would like to know, is it a requirement to have such a full beard to be successful in this industry? Asking for a friend. Yeah, I'm should sideburns count?
Sideburns can count. A really good goatee can also count. It's not required, but it certainly helps.
Very cool.
No, honestly, a side note with that, did you know that beards make men look more trusting?
That explains a lot about me.
Yeah.
The reactions I get. I better start growing my beard back then. Unfortunately, it's going to take about 2 months for it to get out enough that you can tell it from the rest of my face. It's going to come in the wrong color. So anyway, Eric Hawkins says, Brian likes variant covers. He must have been in heavens in the 90s. Now that you mention it, yeah, it's like they should come with a pack of cigarettes. But if you like variant covers, check out the trade paperback of Hybrids.
Yeah, there's some good covers there. But I think that I saw 12 different variant covers for one Marvel book.
Yeah.
1 week, 12 different covers.
Yeah.
Wow.
And what was it? I remember one of the old Justice League titles from DC had a variant cover for every state in the United States. So that's 50 right there.
Wow.
And I think they may have done one for like Puerto Rico and the District of Columbia too. So that's, and I also saw a crowdfunder. This would have been about a month ago, and it was just like, variant after variant after variant. It was like they were, trying to make it all on variant covers.
Are you talking about Voodoo Nations? Are you talking about Voodoo Nations? Because we had a lot.
No. Yeah, you guys had a lot, but I love the ones you did with Pops Van Zant's book. The interlocking cover.
Raj,
that was brilliant.
Rajan,
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we did. We also had several store exclusive covers because we had stores that bought exclusive covers. And so, so those were cool. We had a lot of covers.
There we go. And if you aren't sure that you should back this project, Phil Locklear, who would know, says Hybrids is demon approved. There we go. And Phil Leon, we're doing great, Phil. Good to see you here, man. And dang, it's Luke. Awesome. Hey, Luke, man.
What's up, Phil, man? Nice to see you today.
Yeah, seriously.
Well, nice to see your avatar thing.
The little ones and zeros that probably look to me like we look on Sarah's phone. And Eric Hawkins says that Phil, beards do help apparently, and Eric would know. He has a beard, and his Zombieful World of Oz has done spectacularly on Indiegogo. Yeah, seriously. And speaking of spectacular, there she is, Meredith Logren. Good evening to you, Meredith. Hope you're doing well. And we could mention your stretch goals. Some of the people that could be involved in those stretch goals. You want to talk about that?
Yeah. So once we hit 8,000. We will be able to add in 12 additional pages to bring it from 128 pages to 140 pages. And we can do that. So at that cost, then we can have enough money to cover the print cost without increasing the cost to every person. Now, in order to fill those extra 12 pages, I've worked with some guest creators Meredith Logren has written a story. Brian K. Morris has written a story, and Eric Hawkins is drawing that story. I've worked with, I've already gotten 2 pages back from Todd Altman's and Nicholas Mueller. They have 2 pages that are coming in. Todd Altman has also written a script that I'm going to be drawing this week. And so I am working on the art for Meredith's story right now. And so that's what I was working on prior to the show and all today. So hopefully we'll finish that out tomorrow and be able to unleash that onto the world, at least the line art maybe. But
there we go.
And let me see, Raj, who did Mojo Rising, he is doing a story, and the art is being provided by Jim O'Reilly. So we've got some really cool stuff coming in there.
Definitely. And Joe McKeel, glad to see you, and hello to everyone who we flashed on the screen, but I didn't speak and mention your name. And hi, Cindy. And Cindy has a question here. Do you have plans to continue hybrids into another set of adventures?
I absolutely do. In fact, I've started working with the editor to get the story arc done. I was planning on another 5 issues for this next arc, but it looks like it's going to wrap up in 9 because I don't want to. I could do a 5th part to that one, but I kind of want to do it in the next arc. I kind of want to just slide it on over to the next one. So the issue 6 is written and art has begun. So we are producing the next arc, and it was going to be called Love Lost. Brian, I was going to call it Love Lost, right? That was the plan from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
But after I finished the outline and some of the script, we're changing it.
Nice.
It's going to be called The Killing Field.
Ooh. Okay.
The Killing Field parts 1 through 4 is what it looks like. So. Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Now, do you see an end to hybrids one day that maybe you've told all their stories, or is this something that's going to go on for as long as you can imagine?
I've got 3 arcs like obviously the first, and then the second one, and then the third one I had planned. I just had an idea for the 4th one a couple of days ago. I was like, oh, that would be fun to do. And so I think I'm going to do a 4th one and probably leave at that point. At the end of the 3rd arc or the 4th arc, I'm going to leave it to where it could be, it could just be paused and not gone back to, and it not hurt anybody, but there'll still be room to tell story. There'll still be things that you can go back and learn more about it and stuff. And maybe one day I'll hand over the writing and production and stuff to somebody else while I go do something else. So.
That makes sense. I like it. Jeff Hayes, very talented artist. Glad to see you here, Jeffrey. PlasmaFireGraphics.com. Good evening, all. Good luck on your campaign, Luke. Onward and upward.
Thank you very much.
Excellent. And Cindy Kep has another great question. How do you pick things to use as crowdfunding level awards? I was wondering that too. How do you decide what your rewards will be? Not only your what you're offering in your towards your initial goal, but also your stretch goals too. What goes into those?
That's a good question. It's something I hadn't figured out for a long time. It was just recently that I was able to kind of get an idea about that. So one of the things that I've got is backer levels for this one. And as soon as I hit a certain number of backers, I'm actually releasing new stickers into the sticker pack. And so I know that like along the way, I know I like to add stuff in there. And so just things that I would like to get and that I know that other people like to get, instead of just releasing it all at once, I kind of use those things to set goals. So like stickers, patches, all that kind of stuff. So that's how I do that. Now, when it comes to adding pages or something like that, that takes a lot more thought. That takes a lot more thought. It's like, okay, well, it's going to cost this much per book, and then that's going to increase the shipping by this much because of the weight and this. So you start working out all of those little details, and then you're like, well, in order for me to be able to do that, I have to make this much money. And then that can cover it. So, yeah.
That's excellent. Excellent. Phil Lockler asks, working on mine now, then does a beard help with all life issues? Again, simply asking for a friend. And I appreciate your asking for me, Phil. I appreciate that a lot.
Again, I have to say that the statistic is that men with beards are perceived as more trustworthy. think about, grandfathers, Jesus, Santa,
Yeah,
people
Abraham
with
Lincoln.
beard, Abraham Lincoln. Yeah. So people with beards, men with beards, come across as more, as more trustworthy and honest. And so, I think it does. And I think people look better with a beard. Even some of the women I've met.
I've met some women that had beards anyway. And Ryan Rodman continues, nothing quite like smelling a comic you've made. I need to be alone with mine when they first arrive. Boom, chicka wow wow.
There you go.
Yeah, we're not here to judge, Brian. Yes, we are, you freak. Anyway, Bill Sarton says, Luke, if you weren't making comics and RPGs, what would you use your creative talents for, and the reasons behind it?
Well, this answer is easy because I did it for a while. I would play music. I would do music. So it turns out actually when I really wanted to make comic books when I was a teenager, but not a lot of people were reading comic books in my circle, or at least in my town that I knew. And so, but everyone listened to music. And so I was able to start picking up guitar and singing, and then I could express myself creatively through music, and people wanted to hear it and wanted to be a part of it. So I would probably just do that if I weren't doing the comics, but so I could express myself creatively, so I could write and do some things. I might, as far as painting, as far as art goes, I'd probably paint. I don't like doing commercial art. I did it for a little while, Brian. It's so boring. I don't like to do it. I tried to do photography too. Like I did band photography. I would go take pictures of bands and stuff like that. And I'll do a few like portraits and senior photos, but I hate doing weddings. Like you can't pay me enough to go do a wedding. So that's some of the stuff that I would do. And mostly just to be able to express myself, to be able to create something and use those talents. But then also to be able to shine a little light for people, and bring some positivity into people's life. So.
Yeah, definitely. Joe McKeel at the Talk About Beard says, guess I just had my last shave for a while. Good, man. Good to see that. And Phil Locklear, Cindy Cap says, I hope a full beard is not a requirement. I'd have some trouble with that. Well, the thing is, we find answers here on Clever Title Pending. We don't let problems just hang in the air. No, we take aim at them. And Carl Witzman has the solution. Crochet one, Cindy. I don't know if you knew this, Luke. She is a powerfully talented crochet person.
No, crochetist.
Yeah, when we had the first indie event, we had the after hours party, our victory lap, and Cindy started out with like this little thing about the size of a doily, and after about 2 hours, it was large enough to take up half a bed, and I think by the time she was done, it could cover the entire North American continent. So. Wow. And Cindy is saying, yeah, it could happen. And Carl Witzman just says, leave room for that big smile. And Cindy Kep is now talking about merchandising, and merchandising is so important in this. Now, what kind of merch? Do you have any sort of merch involved with your publishing efforts? Is there anything specifically about hybrids that's coming out, like T-shirts or drinking mugs or something?
Yeah, we have T-shirts that are available through the Indiegogo right now. Eventually, we'll have some up on the website. I've got all kinds of stuff like that. These little like hybrids, the Sons of God's bracelets.
There you go.
So we've got those. We've got a phone grip. Let me see. I think I've got a phone grip here. I'll show you.
Oh, that's novel.
Got a phone grip.
Oh, nice.
So here's a white one, and then here on the back of my phone is the black one. So it's just a little pop socket. A little harder to see the black there, but yeah. So we've got some of those. Just little useful tools like that. So,
yeah, very cool. And I think we're moving into more merchandising now. Cindy is getting encouragement for Carleen, and Meredith Walgren, a crochet beard. And Carl Witzman looks forward to it because we will all look like Dan. Now, Phil Locklear asks, did you receive his Hickory Dickory Dock story that he submitted? Never heard back from y'all.
I did not get that.
Might want to send it again there, Phil. Good move to follow up on that stuff. So Yeah. So and right now and you probably have a better chance of getting your story greenlit if you send say what about $1,800 to the address down below at the bottom of your screen. I hate to advocate pay for play, but we've only got 48 hours left, and I'll go anywhere to get that money for him. So, Carleen has seen Crocheted Beards online, and Carl Wisman says there's probably a YouTube video. And here we go. Eric Hawkins is now interrogating me. Brian, if I sent you page one of our story, would you be talented enough to figure out how to show it on the show? Boomer. Well, if you put it up online somewhere, I could probably do it if I had the web address of it. See, I'm getting better at this stuff. I'm getting better at StreamYard. I've actually shared pages on here before. So we could try that. Or if nothing else, Eric, send me the pencils and we'll run it tomorrow morning on Never Mind the Furthermore, which happens every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on YouTube and on Facebook. And this is where it's the interactive talk show where you are the host and the guest. I'm just the facilitator. So hashtag always promote. Anyway, we could try it, Eric. We'll do our best. All right. Nick Tockard says, I suspect hybrids will be both around and relevant for many years to come. This universe begs to be explored. That's true.
I appreciate Nick saying that. And Nick might be the only person that loves the hybrids universe as much as I do that I've met. Like he is passionate about it.
I can tell. I seriously can. I mean, I love it. I make no bones about it. I love it. I love sharing the information. I've tried to be a good ambassador for it. But Nick, you can tell he's really fired up about the about his project concerning hybrids, and it's not to say that I might not have a project later on once I appease my business manager and get some stuff off my plate.
Yeah, get some work done.
That's right. Yes, sir. I'll see you guys.
Make Cookie some money.
That's right, my God. Yeah. Hashtag bring Cookie home. That's what we're trying to do here. And Eric Hawkins said, hey, creators, holofoil stickers on sale at Sticker Mule right now. Do you use Sticker Mule?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. Sticker Mule is kind of like Bed Bath and Beyond, where they send you a coupon like every couple of days, and it's like you have to try to pay full price, and the workmanship is amazing.
Really it is,
so Sticker Mule, I do have a reasonable sponsorship plan for my broadcast. Okay. Anyway, Bill Sarton says, depending on how far you go with the hybrid stories, you can do some prequels later on.
That's absolutely true, and that's some of the things that we're looking at doing is doing some prequel like backstory things and exploring, some of the in between each arc. There's going to be like 6 months or so. Well, at least there is between arc 1 and arc 2, and so there's going to be like time, like big blocks of time that we can always go back and explore a little bit. So we're pretty excited about that.
Well, yeah, that might not be a bad idea.
When I say we, I mean me and all of the voices in my head. Yes.
Yes, and some of them are so loud even I'm hearing them. But you could do something like a Legends of the Dark Knight thing where you're the editor, of course, but you have other people doing stories, like an anthology of sorts. Yeah. So see, I'm good with other people's businesses. Kind of sucky at my own, but Meredith Vlogman says, I think it's true about beards. I'm more likely to follow a guy with the beard, as is Carleen. And Eric Hawkins says, bearded women, ooh, sounds like my ex-wife. Oh dear. Well, you never know when the circus is in town. David Atkins says, as a game designer myself and an author, what is your advice on marketing and publishing your own game? I am looking at full production, but I know others that did Kickstarter, but not distribution.
Mailing list. Get a mailing list. Find out where all of the people that play the kind of game that you're doing. So I'm going to assume that it's well, I don't want to assume anything. So, David, let me know if it's a board game, if it's an RPG like book game, if it's a video game, a phone game like an app, if it's computer like whatever it is. The idea is that you'll find the people that are into those things. There's literally a group for everything on Facebook and on the web. You can find hunt those things down. And it's one of the things I've been doing with hybrids is finding out people that are really into Nephilim and all that conspiracy theory stuff. And then saying, hey, I got a book. Here's my link, kind of thing. But building those people and building rapport with those people that are into those things, you can't, no matter at any point during the development, you can't start that mailing list too soon and start building that community too soon. But that would be for marketing. And if you want to distribute, that's the way to do it. Crowdfunding will help. And other distributors that already have some connections will help too. But don't just choose one item, like one way to do it. Like spread it out, diversify how you're going to fund and distribute that project.
Yeah, that's very good advice. And something we've mentioned on the show before is that some people will go to one platform, say Kickstarter, but not another for whatever reason, and vice versa. That some people see Kickstarter as like the Walmart or the Amazon of crowdfunding, so they stay with Indiegogo or any of the smaller places that are popping up that support creativity. So that's a good message there to, don't put your eggs in one basket, try everything, because what works for one creator may not work for you. So you have to find your own way.
Yeah. So I'm probably 100% positive that you will see at least some version of the trade paperback on a short, what I call a quick starter, a 2-week, a 10 to 14 day campaign, to where people that may have missed it can still get, but they can't get all the exclusive stuff, but probably just get like the book and a couple of floppies. But yeah.
No, there you go. And if we get Luke to his goal, he can get his for this project, because now correct me if I'm wrong. I know that you did like the earlier hybrids, and you met your goal on Indiegogo there, and so you've got the literally the online store for it. Would you be able to put your trade paperback on there now, or would that have to be a separate item?
No, that's going to be because I when I started this campaign, I actually ended those other campaigns, because this one now. So I've got to get to the 5K. So that's the big deal for me right now. Right now, I've just got to, if we can get to 5,000 in the next 2 days, then we'll be, then things will be going a lot. I will be sleeping a little bit easier.
Yes. His blood pressure will go down to a reasonable high level. Yeah, so I can hear his heart valves from here. It sounds like castanets.
I'm not even gonna lie. I agonized about putting that number in there. I was advised to put that number on there, and my original funding goal was like 2,500. And they're like, 5,000. You'll be able to do that in 30 days. And if I don't, I'm gonna be like,
you know who you are. Yeah. And you'll be reminded every day of your misbegotten life.
Yeah, but we gotta, so I need everybody's help to get there. Spread the word, tell people to go check it out. Throw $5 down if you can. The more backers, it will create kind of this thing in the algorithms where if I get a bunch of people to come in, and even if they back at $5, right? It doesn't seem like a lot. But I've also got the trade is going to be on there in digital as well. So you can get the whole digital trade plus a bunch of extra digital things like wallpapers and stuff like that. Yeah. But so if people go there and do that and then share it out to everybody, and then other people help, that will cause Indiegogo to put it at the top of the list in the algorithms. And so more people will see it, more eyes will get on it. So it's all about tricking the algorithms. Stupid algorithms.
Yeah. Oh, I spend half my day trying to figure out algorithms and all the platforms I'm on. And that's another thing. There are also people who will wait till the absolute last minute to pledge to a campaign, but they're more likely to pledge if a campaign is showing like some true momentum. And if it hasn't reached its goal, it is at least getting up there, and people like to feel a part of backing a winner. Yeah. Everybody loves a winner. So again, we cannot stress how important it is for our Nevermorians to please check out the Indiegogo address at the bottom of the screen right now and pledge your support like I have. I'm not just pointing at the trough and saying it's down the street, go get your horse watered. I'm standing right there going, hey, it's right here at my feet, go get it. So I'm more than just the member of the hair club. I'm the president too. But anyway, Cindy Kemp now asks, what is the most peculiar crowdfunding perk you've seen? Wow. I'd have to think about that too.
Leather dragon's head. Yeah,
wow.
A handcrafted leather dragon's head. That was the most unusual thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, well, nothing I've seen quite matches that, unless it was a real leather dragon's head.
Yeah, and the one behind that would have to be, there was a creator who was for $1,500 was selling a night with him, and I don't even know what all that entails. I know it included dinner, but they had to buy dinner. Like you just got his a company for the night, and so I don't know if he was like pimping himself out. I don't know.
Yeah,
what was going on.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think what laws he's violating here.
a lot of laws.
Yeah, probably. Well, I remember somebody was going to what was it? I think they were going to bake like an apple pie, and they wanted like $20. But they made this elaborate setup for it on Kickstarter, and this, really professional video with music and edits and jump cuts and the whole 9 yards. And the thing just went viral. People thought, this is nuts. We got to see where this goes. And it wound up, he was going to like rent an auditorium to bake the pie in and you could be a guest in the audience. And if eventually he had to bake more than one pie, and he would send you a slice of it, and it turned into something like it was insane.
That's so weird.
I know. Holy cats. Brian Rodman now has another fantastic question. How intertwined is Hybrids with your faith as a Christian? As fans of Luke's know, he is a minister.
Mm-hmm.
So how does it tie into your faith?
That's a great question. So I wanted to write a book that wasn't a Christian book, because let's be honest, a lot of Christian material is just kind of lame. They don't do a good job of it, and I think partly because they want to reach a non-believing audience, but they do it by it's marketed and prepared for people that are believers. So only believers are going to be consuming this media, or whatever it is, but they really are just retelling the gospel message. And here's the thing. You can only get, being saved is kind of like a pass fail grade. There's no A, B, C, or D kind of grading. It's pass or fail. Right. And so, Francis Chan is as saved as I am, and, and so on and so forth, now there's sanctification, but, we don't want to get into all of that stuff. Basically it just means you can suck less today than you did yesterday. And that's kind of God and the Holy Spirit working with you. And that's something that is kind of a part of discipleship. And the problem with Christian media is they're putting the gospel message into things that are marketed towards Christians, but Christians have already heard and accepted the gospel message. So it doesn't make any sense. And so if you're going to do something with a gospel message, it needs to not look or sound very Christian until the point it needs to, right? And so that's my point I always try to make with people. So I wanted to make something that was fun entertainment for everybody across the board. Didn't matter what race, what religion, what sexual orientation, anything. I wanted it something to be entertaining. But I also wanted I wanted to write something from my Christian worldview. So I wanted to take how I saw the world and how I knew things to exist in the light of grace and my faith in the Bible, and be able to write something that better explained through allegory and things, kind of the morality that I've learned from Scripture. And even more than that, I wanted to give opportunity within the story to discuss difficult things, like whether or not, like how you reconcile faith. If you're an atheist, but your very being is like, I have superpowers because I'm part angel. Well, if angels are real, that means God is real, and I don't believe in God. How do I reconcile that? And so I wanted people to have an opportunity to have that conversation with each other and be able to play that out on, in frames and panels on a page, so that people can have the conversations about it later. So Though the book is not an overtly Christian book, it's what I just call a comic book. It's just a regular old comic book. My faith does play a part in it, because my faith plays a part in everything that I do. So, yeah, it's in there.
Very cool, very cool. And I see that I've got something added to the stream here, courtesy of Luke Stone Studios.
Yeah.
We'll I hope I don't know if it's the same thing you have just sent me, Eric, but
it is not.
It's not. Oh, let's take a look at this.
Different. This is one of the pages for the story that Meredith wrote.
Ooh, nice.
So I will zoom in on this thing because it is. Here, let me make this.
Yeah, nice.
Bigger for the whole family to see.
Good work, young man.
And so
that's sweet.
Yep.
Very cool.
Yeah. So she wrote a great sequence.
Proud of you, Meredith.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun. Brian Dawson did the layouts for me. He took her script, did the layouts, and then I did the pencils and inks with it. And so, great work there. But yeah, just wanted to show that off since Eric has something to show off too. Let's compare. There's no comparison. Eric is really, really talented.
Yeah. But let's see. Let's
get people excited.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can pull that down here. Let's see. Hold on a second here, because I think I can do it too. It's gonna take a moment to come on here. I'm on a slower computer here, and let's see if it. Oh no, it's not letting me in because I have to get a. Let's see. It's sending me to OneDrive. Poop. Now I'm gonna have to work with it because that involves them sending me stuff to my phone and everything. So Eric will get that. We'll try to get that later on when I can devote my full every erg of attention I can to it. But we'll tease it. Now we'll still have a few hours, and but if you look at that page of art and you aren't fired up, then I don't know what to tell you. Nick Tockert said LucasArts taught us the importance of merch. Yes, indeed. And Nick Tockert follows up with the important question: when do hybrids, action figures, and miniatures come out?
Hopefully next year. The goal is to get the RPG out and then focus on finding a studio to work with to do some animated shorts, and then do action figures. Yeah.
There you go. Everyone's shorts should be animated. Phil Locklear.
I totally agree.
And Luke is going, how do you get away with saying that crap? Phil Blockler says, 1,800, do you take a check? Just hold said check for about 6 months or so?
Yeah, we can do that, yeah.
You betcha. You just darn betcha. And here we go. The best of all worlds, crochet butt beard. You got this, Phil. You get us, man. You so get us. And Rick Bradley. Yes, poor man. Rick Bradley says hybrids is seriously one of the best things I've read in a good while. I love it enough, even created a character for it. They will show up sometime when Luke can fit him in. And Luke's
absolutely.
Yeah, seriously. Luke's a busy dude here. He's got a lot of plates spinning up in the air. So, but the way this will happen even quicker is if everybody goes to that Indiegogo address that we had earlier. And Rick Bradley also says, I would so play a video game of hybrids. Heck, I'd like to write for it as well.
Hopefully that's the goal. Role-playing game, board game, card game, action figures, mobile app, and then platform game. So that's kind of
There you go. Become an empire.
Yeah, we'll get there. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Here we go. Cindy Kep asks, how do you acquire more people on your mailing list?
It's so hard. It's so hard. Bribery is probably my go-to. I'll give people free stuff to join my mailing list. It's like, well, if you join my mailing list, I'll give you a free PDF of this. Or if you join my mailing list, I'll give you, if I'm at a convention, sign up for my mailing list and I will do this for you. Or dance a jig or write a sonnet. I don't know. You gotta. It's tough. It really is, but you gotta stay on it it's like almost every day. I'm trying to push. Like if I'm not pushing people to that, and I think that's what I like about Indiegogo, because it collects a mailing list for me. Where with Kickstarter, it's all platform based, like it's all on their platform. But with Indiegogo, it collects a mailing list and it's yours to manage. So that's what I like about that.
Yeah, that's a great idea. And another thing I'll add is ask. I'm always asking for people to sign up for my mailing list, which you can do if you go to risingtide.pub. Anyway, Eric Hawkins says, check your DM. It is mostly ink, missing 5 hands and a few little details. Missing 5 hands. It's like, is this John Wayne Gacy or something? What the heck? But anyway, Eric, I will do it later because I ran into a thing with having to get a confirmation code because it's OneDrive. I miss the days when you didn't have to go through all this damn security. You could just go in because somebody said you could, or even into your own account. But that's Brian complaining, and he'll be patrolling his lawn later. So y'all get the hell off it. And Rick Bradley pops popcorn and sits to watch the match between Eric and Brian. There usually is, except I'm usually right. Anyway, Phil Lockler says the Demonation will help support you in any way we can. I will make a post after my show tonight.
Awesome. Thank you, Phil.
Thank you.
And
Phil.
I'll tell you what,
if
you do that, grab the link that I just put into the chat, into the comments for Facebook. That is a secret link. So at the very beginning of the process, we had this early bird special that you could get the collector's edition for like the lowest cost of the collector's edition is $50, but you get free US shipping and you get to choose the cover that you want. So you can actually get that you can get the, I think, the $60 tier. You get it for $50 with free shipping. So you don't have to pay any shipping for that, but you get all the collectible items there. And we've added we're adding stickers to it. We've added some posters to it, and we're adding a patch, an iron-on patch, the hybrid iron-on patch to it. So so we've got a lot of cool stuff going into that as well. So take that link, and that's just, I had shut that off and no one was able to see it or use it, and so I just opened it back up for the Nevermoreans and everyone tonight. So
so you mean if somebody were to put that in right now, that would be a good thing? I have your permission?
Yeah, absolutely.
We are going to do that. It'll be at the end of the comments here, and we'll get to it eventually. Check that out. There is a benefit to knowing Luke Stone here, and just aside from being able to read some of the best comics around. And I say that with all sincerity. I haven't filed. I've been in the process of filing my comics for the first time in several years after a couple of moves. And two series that I am not filing because I reread them constantly. One is Hybrids.
Oh, well, awesome.
Yeah, so it is on my desk
in
my
it makes
bedroom.
Me feel good.
Well, I'm glad, and I'm serious. It's right near my bed and everything. That's all we do with it. I swear to God. And the other series is the Zombiful World of Oz by I don't know. Anyway, and the Rocky theme. Hey, that's what we're going to have when we hit that $5,000 goal. We hope that you will check out the link that Luke so graciously provided and take advantage of this man before he comes to his senses. And there we go. There's another link there from Eric Hawkins for the Hybrids trade paperback. Check out all the offerings there. Check out the secret offerings at the bottom here, and we'll post that again every few minutes. And David Atkins says, I have a possibility to make my card game into a phone app and game app on Steam, and for free with a large gain possibility. I'm needing money to push the phone app and Steam. Do you believe rewards or the pitch is more important? That's a good question, David. Thank you.
I say the pitch. But they're pretty tied. They're pretty tight on that. Like the pitch is going to be really important because that's going to get them to look at the rewards. and then your rewards have to be something they're going to like. I always say try to have a $5 option, a $10 option, a $20 option. Different option for people to get involved. And early on, I didn't have that with the hybrids campaign because I didn't. It's a trade paperback. It's $25 book. Actually, it's a $30 book that we're selling for $25. So it's like, how do you do that? But we found a way to offer those other offerings for people, and so people have kind of gotten into it a little bit. But yeah, David, I think that your pitch has to be real solid. Work on that more than anything, and then your rewards, are still important. But that pitch is going to get people to bite. That's everything.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I've seen some things on the crowdfunding platforms where it's basically just the product, just the one thing that they're trying to get funded. Yeah. But they have such an irresistible pitch that, or they might allow you to buy multiple copies of it. I saw one yesterday. I think it was Indiegogo, and it was a portable chess set that it's 2 tubes about about yay long, about the width of a toilet paper roll, but you unscrew them in the middle, and all of the pieces stack up on top of each other.
Oh,
it's brilliant. And then you roll up your chessboard is a mat that you just unroll it. Then you have your white and black side, and you just, like I said, just open up the thing and then just start dropping the pieces into place, and they all fit into like a space like this.
Oh wow!
It's a brilliant piece of
engineering.
That is brilliant. Yeah. I'm trying to talk Cookie into letting me, but but I am I'm supporting another one, so she says it's okay. Anyway, Rick Bradley says, in my first Indiegogo for a book, I'll have a perk to hang out and eat tacos, but I'll cook and then we'll play video games and watch movies. Hey.
That's an awesome perk.
That is, man.
I would get that perk. Yeah,
I'd drive down for it. I have no problem with that. And Magic Jake Caretaker, good to see you, buddy. And Rick Bradley, Trashman is a great character who I feel has so many layers, and he's discovering them himself, and we are along for the ride.
Well, thanks, Rick, for saying that. Yeah, I try to write him that way. I want people to. There's a little rule for character writing. I don't know if we've got some writers watching. I know we do. So here's a little tip that I've learned. 5% character growth. Any less makes the character uninteresting, and any more makes the character unbelievable. They change too much. And so over the course of a book, you can have 5% growth. And so that's, if you followed Trashman's arc so far and you're really liking that arc, it's because I'm following a rule, 5%. But he will continue to grow over the course of the next 4 issues. And I'm telling you, you're not going to want to miss out on that stuff. I'm telling you, it's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Definitely. And nothing will look better on your bookshelf than the trade paperback of Hybrids right now. And Eric Hawkins says, oh, crap, my secret is out. I draw hands last. Whatever works for you, Eric. I thought it was backgrounds. Anyway, David Atkins says, many great Christians have made some amazing stories and books. C.S. Lewis, Pilgrim's Progress, Tribulation Force, Last Days series, Dante's Infernos, and many others. So being a Christian isn't the issue. It is the imagination that drives it. Yeah.
That's very true. Yeah. I try to do a lot of stuff allegorical. A lot of people often leave Tolkien off of that list. Many people don't realize that he was a Christian and that much of Lord of the Rings was allegorical. So, yeah.
That is true. That is true. And if you're a fan of Adam Warlock, his original comic run, The Power of Warlock, back in the 70s, was a strong allegory for Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So, if any of you have ever read the stuff from Mike Friedrich and Bob Brown, not that I read a lot of comics or anything, but anyway, Rick Bradley gasps in Southern, and Eric Hawkins goes boomer and mocks me with his laughter. Gen X wins again. Hoo-yah. Anyway, Cindy Kemp, even as much as I plan stuff when I write, the story mutates. Yeah, welcome to our world. Did Hybrids mutate as you wrote it?
Yeah. I think that's true for a lot of stories, especially if you're going to be true to true to the story itself. So there's two factors about writing a story that I've learned. This is my experience.
Sure.
There is the predictable and the unpredictable. And so the characters that I've created have a predictable response. Like I know Trash Man is going to respond this way to whatever happens to him. And I know because I write their voices, I know their voice, and I know Chlorine's going to respond this way. And so those are predictable aspects to whatever happens. And so I know that one character is going to say this, the other character will respond this way. And so that's very predictable for me. And I can move the story and the plot by just choosing to have the right character interact with the right characters, make all that happen.
Yeah.
But the thing that's chaotic, that's not predictable, is the universe, is the world. So I spent 10 years developing the world for the Hybrids universe, the stuff that's going on, the politics behind it, the things that are under the scenes being played out, the things that are clear that are being played out. And so in the Hybrids universe, all of those things are the chaos where the unpredictable can be thrown in, because, here's a player no one thought about, or here's something that, just came out of nowhere. And then it interacts with those things. And so as the world develops and one choice affects another choice, I kind of know where I'm going to go long term. Like there's certain things that are always going to happen. But some of the peripheral things, one choice leads to another choice, which then affects this and affects that and it starts a domino effect. It cascades. Yeah, the whole world will mutate and things, the story will adapt. There's certain points that I've written in that I'm like, this is going to happen. I've written my end, and I know where I want to start, but that whole path to get there it's ever flowing.
There you go. Yeah, that's true. Well, I also think that you can plot something out initially, but by the time you are done plotting, you're a better writer than when you started. Yeah. So you're going to see more permutations in your potential storyline. And Eric will try to get that when I get an opportunity here. If nothing else, we'll premiere it tomorrow on Nevermind the Furthermore at 10 a.m., 9 a.m. Central. Bill Sargent says, when someone tells me that they don't believe in God, I respond by saying that it's okay because God believes in you, which usually blows their minds. My response can be taken on so many levels, and it's difficult for them to rebuke it. It's very, very good. Let's see. And Eric Hawkins said, try again. We always try again. We're very trying. And TL Shively, is it like what you would do for a Klondike bar? We don't want to discuss what I would do for a Klondike bar, Evelyn. We try to keep the show PG-13 as much as possible. But anyway, we also want to post something here that if you missed it earlier, if you're just tuning in, whether you're on the rerun or you're watching us live, check this link out here, copy it, put it in your browser, and then you are going to get a special deal that Luke Stone is offering to the Nevermorians and anyone watching to get a special discount on the stuff he's offering. Check out the trade paperback edition of Hybrids, the Sons of Gods. You think you've got everything when you got those 5 issues? No, I say no, you don't. You need everything. There's a lot more. And Christian Basil, glad to see you. Hashtag join, become part of the legend of the traveling TARDIS. You saw his spot at the beginning of the show. I heard there were writers here. I see one writer and a dude with a fez.
Friends like that, who needs enemies?
Yeah, no joke. Yeah, that's where he's a pain in my. Oh, let's see. Oh, we've got more comments there. How fortuitous and the innuendos. Yes, Christian, we can tell you're back in the town. So anyway, we're ready for you. Rick Bradley says the pitch gets them to want to look at what you have. Exactly. And you have a good enough pitch, and they like what you do. They'll sign up for your newsletter. That's why I'm always stressing that mine is free, and I promote every chance I get by mentioning risingtide.pub. And Trevor Hawkins, my cover artist. This is my cover artist guy. Have you thought of producing a line of art posters of your characters?
I have. I just haven't had time to do it.
You've been everywhere promoting this show, young man.
I really have, and I had someone the other day say, I haven't seen you on any shows that I follow. Like, you should be on more live streams. And I'm like,
ow!
I don't know.
Oh my God.
I'm trying. I swear I'm trying. I had to back off for a week and a half or so because I needed to really spend some time with family and
oh yeah, them.
kind of collect my mental faculties back and I make sure I gathered up as many marbles as I could because I lost a few. But yeah.
I feel you. I feel you on that. When I was broadcasting every day, plus doing the stuff in the afternoon and evening. So even I was getting sick of seeing me. Jack Gonzalez says hello. Jack, glad to see you. Hope you and your lady are doing well, my friend. Good to see you here. And where is this chess set? I think it's on Indiegogo. I got a email. Was it yesterday morning about it. If I still have that, Eric, I will send you the link later on. And he found it. What? That chess set has brought in $600,000. Yeah. How do we get some of this money funneled down to Luke? Well, if Luke would put out his Hybrids, the Sons of God chess set.
I think that's what I'm going to have to do.
Yeah, no joke, man.
$600K. Oh my god.
We are ignoring those chess fanatics there. And I'm a chess. I play chess too. I still have my Marvel Superheroes chess game.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, it's somewhere. It's probably in a box downstairs, but it's like X-Men versus Avengers, or no, it's like X-Men and Avengers with versus many of the villains, like Captain America. I think Captain America was the king, and Doctor Doom was the king in the black side. So. And they're beautiful. It's a beautiful set. So anyway, we got more comments here. Let's catch up with them. Phil Lockler says, got a bolt for now, but we'll post after my show to help in any way we can. You got this, Luke.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, thank you, Phil.
Much
you are so awesome. Yeah, check out Phil Lockler. Demon Phil has a bunch of incredible shows throughout the week, and they're just as good on the reruns, too. And I've been on one, and I know I believe, Luke, you've been on at least one, and had a great time when I was there. So, Phil, have a good show tonight, and everybody check out Phil once you're done with us. And Christian Basil says, hey, I'm a Christian.
I love it.
Yeah, it's true.
But
yeah, no kid. Yeah, I've been trying to find like a JPEG in here, or a little video to put up, with the drum, the snare drum. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it because we don't have enough, like sound cues and everything. I think I put them all in the never mind the furthermore tab here. Eric Hawkins says, okay, smart guy, when you open that JPEG, then say something about my backgrounds. Okay, I will. I will. I'm going to make sure they have enough zombies in them, too. David Atkins says, for helping with rewards, shouldn't they all be connected with the funding? Or is there possibilities for a reward video of screaming their name? I see some stupid stuff getting funding just for the stupid rewards.
Rewards don't have to necessarily be connected with the funding. I like to do that just because it's me, but I have seen people do some really weird things on there before too. Yeah. Mark Darden just launched his Guano Guy book today with Terraform. And so that's on Kickstarter right now. And one of the things is you can get a guano bomb. So basically you get the book and all, you get like the book and all that kind of stuff. But what happens is you send a selfie, and then the famous Guano Guy will photobomb your selfie. And so he'll show up in the background of your.
That's brilliant. That is brilliant. I love it. And we say hello to Jason Snyder, who is one of the hands on the wheel of NonCon, which is going to be happening September 26th and 27th in Middletown, Ohio. And we will be there along with Amy Hale, Charles F. Millhouse, Magi Jake Caretaker, and John B. Pica, among others. And these still may have some tables left. And if you're interested, contact me or Jason, and we can give you the skinny on that stuff. And there she is, darling. Maria Gonzalez. Brian, I'm finally awake when you are doing your show. Maria and Jack earlier were part of MAPLD out of Matson, Illinois, a great library up there, and a fantastic live event about a month and a half ago. And I had a great time. And she's also putting on something in October, I think, and November for creators of all kinds and authors too. So please contact Maria because she's brilliant. She's wonderful. She has my leash. I will go anywhere she tells me to. So anyway, but that's another show, preferably later at night. But anyway, glad to see you here, Maria. Mwah! So glad to see you here. And Trevor Hawkins, no relation to Eric, says, well, perhaps you can use some help. There we go. Trevor Hawkins is a painter. He did my Sanestein cover and Volcana and the Haunting Scripts of Bachelor's Grove. He's a very talented painter. We may have to put him to work here. So anyway, Cindy Cap says, which hybrids character is your fave? Of all your children, Luke, who's your favorite? Which one is you? Just like a lot of authors, like Wesley was Gene Roddenberry in Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Which one is you, brother?
So I don't write me as a character. What I do is I will take a piece of me and a piece of someone else that I know, and I will put those pieces together to make a character. With the exception of a character who is real. So Danny is my favorite character because Danny is actually a real person. He literally was the chair of the board of our governance board at church when we were going through some difficult times. And when I started writing the book, and I was like, I need this team. They need somebody that can keep them together, that can be that tell it straight, but tell it with love, kind of guy. And I knew they needed a Danny. And so I called Danny. I said, hey, do you mind if I put you in my comic book? And he goes, no, I don't have a problem with that at all. And so Danny's probably my favorite character because he's the only character that is 100% real. Well, with the exception of the fact that Danny doesn't wear tank tops and he doesn't have an eye patch. But outside of that, he's 100% real.
Well, here's the thing. If you do signed copies, you could have Danny sign some of the copies too.
Yeah.
Because my Volcana book, a dear friend of mine, Kim Perry, and I were talking one day online, and she asked what I was doing. I was in the middle of writing it, and she goes, make me a character in there. And I said, okay, fine. You're now the heroine's best friend. And so every time we're at a show together, she signs copies with me. So David Atkins has a great question here. Where do you find someone to help with funding and creating an Indiegogo? I hate trying to beg for money. Rather just offer people rewards, but many rewards seem too expensive for what you get. Now, a lot of people see the crowdfunding platforms as, I call it cyber panhandling. But I know Luke will disagree with that, as do I.
I guess I don't like asking people for money, and I don't like begging for it. But the truth is, you kind of have to. And some of the reward tiers are expensive. So one of the things that I do is, if you ever need help with that stuff, David, just direct message me. Go to my website, message me, lukestonestudios.com, and we'll have a conversation about it. Because there's ways around doing that stuff. And one of the things I try to do is add value, add a lot of value to what you can get. So there's a featured perk right now where you get both special covers, where you get the holofoil and you get the exclusive Canaan White cover. And so both of those together would be, I think, $75. So I'm doing $60 for those two as a pair. When you start getting into the collector's issues, for the most part, you can get the floppies for $25. That's retail. That's the retail cost for those things. So I try not to ask too much for those, but when we do start getting into the collector stuff, then I start throwing in for $50 for the collector's pack A, which is the standard cover. You're getting the bookmark, a bracelet, the sticker pack, the trading cards, and also a mini poster set. So you try to throw a bunch of extra stuff in there to make the value good to the customer, but not to the point to where you're going to lose money. Because at the end of the day, you still have to make money off of it.
Right. Well, another thing is I've been in this debate before, if I can interject, and I can't because it's my show. But anyway, Why not? But I don't view it as begging for money. I view it as offering people an opportunity to support someone they like. And I'm not really begging, because panhandling implies that you're giving me money and that's where the transaction ends. But like you said, you add value to it. So if if I'm putting out a comic book like the Ghostly Tales of Spencer Spook, and I'm saying, okay, I want $10 for this thing, and everybody knows I don't have $10 in it, but part of that is helping defray other costs and giving people an opportunity to become a part of this event occurring, which is why frequently we put the names in of the people who have helped us with our crowdfunding campaign. As for and as far as help goes, Luke's very generous with his advice. I'll give whatever advice I know how. I've only run one campaign, but I've helped on several. But there's plenty of information out on that secret website called Google. Also on the other secret one called YouTube. You might want to write it down. Nobody knows about it but us. But anyway, the information is out there. But I feel that Luke hit it with, under promise but over deliver.
Yeah.
Give them pleasant surprises. Like if they think they're going to get a book, but suddenly it comes and it's got the artist's signature, or it's got some stickers stuck inside, or a bookmark. People remember that, and it makes it kind of greases the way for the next crowdfunding campaign. So, and that's becoming very, very, very important, especially right now, especially in the field of comic books, because I'm thinking crowdfunding is going to become the next. Or actually, I think it's a valid form of distribution.
Yeah, it's already proven to be that. Like, we're seeing a lot of people going to, crowdfunding for distribution. In fact, one of my favorite bands from back in the, I guess it was the 90s. It was called Five Iron Frenzy. Like, they've got a new album. They're funding a new album on Kickstarter, like right now. And so that's how they're distributing it. They're not going with a major label. They're not going to be in record stores. They're doing it through their through Indiegogo, through Kickstarter, and then it's going to go on their website. So,
what is another group that I'm a fan of called the Electric Six? Did this very same thing several years ago, and it was a album of cover songs, and they had like about half a dozen that they used in their set, and then part of the perks were you got to choose another song.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, it was really great, and it's a really fun group, really quirky sense of humor, but they did all of these versions straight, very faithful to the original. And Jason Snyder says, see you at Post-Town. I promise I will see you there, my friend. Hope, we're looking forward to meeting you, and we're going to be in a haunted school, by the way. This is going to be fun. We're going to be in a haunted school, so remember, you could take home a friend, a forever friend, if you will. Hey, Mom, I got you something. Anyway, City Cap, some of you might be old enough to remember my favorite chess game, Battle Chess. Oh, yeah, the pawn moves were the funnest. Yeah, I remember that. It was a far more aggressive game of chess, more like Stratego than anything. So, Nick Tucker says, I know I need a physical production of parts for Big Stompy Robots, which has a new release in the slow works for the game. There we
go.
Yeah. Now that brings up another point. Earlier Nick mentioned action figures, but what about say patterns for 3D figures? For a 3D printer.
Yeah, I'm going to be working with some artists that can develop those for me here coming up soon. I've got a few names that I'm going to be working on. As we've been sitting here thinking, I was like, I'm looking at miniatures for the role-playing game. But it would be so easy to develop a chess game to do the chess pieces as hybrids characters. Like, I should totally do that.
You totally should.
Yeah.
See, stuff happens on this show. We're watching history right here, I'm telling you. And Jason Snyder, you're welcome for the plug. Anytime, my brother. I'm glad to do it. And plenty of room for everybody. There we go. So remember, that's 26th and 27th of September coming up real fast. And like I said, contact Jason Snyder or Keith Age or myself, and I'll hook you up with those two, because I'm not one of the organizers, but I am a cheerleader. Also, Magi Jake Magical Mansion started a watch party with this program. Thank you very much, Magi Jake. I appreciate it deeply. Let everybody see the glory that is Luke Stone here. And I still equate, if I ever have the chance to meet Danny, as shaking hands with Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, you can actually meet Danny. If you can get your butt down to Jacksonville, I'll introduce you.
Well, you got to bring him up to Kokomo Con.
Yeah, I would try. I don't know if he wants to go up to Indiana.
I wasn't offering the choice. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, Danny, get in here. You got to help with the promotion here. Now, are you still planning on coming to Kokomo Con October 17th, 1500 Reed Road in Kokomo, Indiana?
The plan is yes.
Excellent.
The plan is to be there. So yeah.
All right. Well, you and I are going out for dinner afterwards.
All right.
All right, that's going to be fun. And also, don't forget this secret, the very secret. It's just us that know this. Now, Luke, you want to explain what this address,
yes, so
wonderful things you can get from it?
Yeah, so we had a special early bird perk early on that anybody that came in could, for the lowest tier for the collector's kit, could choose any cover, whether it be the standard, the holofoil, or the Kano White cover. And they got it with free U.S. shipping. And so that has been turned off for a while, but I decided to turn it back on for the Nevermorian. So feel free to take that, share it. If you have a mailing list, send it out to those people. Let them know that for the next 48 hours, you will be able to use this code. And for a flat $50, you can have not only the cover of your choice, but you can have the bracelet, the collector's, so the whole collector's kit you can have. So the bracelet, the trading cards, I'm gonna have to look at the picture, the bookmark, the sticker set, the sticker pack, and the mini posters. And there's new things getting added to that all the time. Plus I throw in a bunch of little extra things here or there too. So you're going to get a whole bunch of fun stuff in there. So take advantage of that. And
yeah, because I think I took advantage of when it was open earlier. I think the holofoil thing was part of the one tier I was on. So yeah,
it was. Yeah.
Oh, very cool, very cool. I'm really looking forward to this book coming out. I really am. And there's Pops Van Zandt, the master of CromCon. Good to see you, man. Number 7's coming up soon. And he says exposure is king. Bouncing off as many fan bases as possible is the best thing you can do. It's very, very true.
That is very true. Getting in front of as many people at all times and always talking about stuff. And it can get really exhausting. It can get just overwhelming because you think, wow, I've got a long way to go and still a lot of stuff to talk about. But it is 100% possible to do it if you put the hard work in. But yeah, you've got to find a lot of audiences and ask people. Don't just wait for the invitation. Go and say, hey, I see that you get a lot of people watching your show. I'd like to come on and talk about my stuff.
Don't be shy. Of course, I have a thing here that most people, when they ask to be on this show, I figure something's really desperately wrong with them and they should seek therapy. So
this is a fun show. This is a really fun show.
Well, I have fun doing it. I'm so happy you're here. I'm tickled. I really am. And Pops thinks he's Doctor Who. He's saying Luke looks tired, like he's trying to bring down the Prime Minister or something.
No, I'm not tired. It's getting close to my bedtime. But I'm not tired. No, I'm not tired. It's probably the lighting because I've got my tablet. My drawing tablet on. I've been drawing all day, so
there you go.
Been staring at a screen. I've been making comic books for you guys. So
what better use of his time can you ask, Pops? And also, Pops has 9 slots left for CromCon 7. Sign up for the madness. So everybody, check it out. It's a great virtual event. Very, very cool virtual convention there. We're proud of that. And we're going to take and also there's another watch party from Magi Jake Caretaker. Thank you, brother. We appreciate you spreading the word here about this great project here. And in case you're wondering what we're talking about, even at this late date, let's take a quick pause and check out what we are discussing here in terms of Hybrids, the Sons of God's trade paperback.
New from Terraform Comics, Hybrids, the Sons of Gods, Volume 1, Trash Day. When everyday people develop godlike abilities, it is up to a small band of heroes to expose an evil superhuman trafficking ring. This 128-page volume merges history with fiction in an exciting, fast-paced adventure. Get your copy now.
Definitely pick that up. That is I gotta compliment you. That is a sweet looking trailer there, guy. You've done good now. And I've gotten a number of people, I've been playing this on all of my shows since you gave it to me.
Oh, I appreciate that.
No problem. I do for my people. I take care of you. You know that. But anyway, I've been playing it and I get so many people seriously asking me, who is that narrator? He's awesome. Who is? Yep. Tell people how you did that.
All right. So I can't take myself serious. Just can't do it. Right. Every time I've done a voiceover, it's always been kind of silly. In fact, I had some feedback once. It was like, oh, so the book is a comedy. I'm like, no, it's not a comedy. I just can't do a serious voiceover. So I was trying to hire somebody that was good, but they were all expensive. And so I was like, I don't have budget for that. So otherwise I'm gonna have to add more money, and I just don't want to do that. Mm-hmm. So I used just this cheap $35 microphone from Amazon. It's just a USB microphone. I think it's, I don't even know if it's a Fifine, whatever.
Okay.
Who knows? So I did that, and I'm on my Mac. So I have GarageBand, and in GarageBand, I set up in there. You can have a pitch shifter and some different effects added. And so what I did is I added all of these different effects, right? And then it made me sound like you're like, I'm awesome, And the sound, I was able to be serious. And so I just went through a couple of takes to get the sound that I was looking for from somebody else, but I was doing it. So yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's one thing we keep stressing on this program is that you don't have to spend a ton of money to get the same effect as you would from, a professional, or professional, let's call it. Now, we're going to try something here. Eric has sent me something, and I'm going to take us out for a moment here.
Okay.
Because I put it in the wrong place, apparently. Let's see. I can't go there. Oh, let's try here. We're going to stall for a moment because Eric sent me something, and I'm going to show him that the boomer can actually get stuff accomplished.
I am so excited to see this.
Oh, yeah. We may just keep this as the background here for a while, if you don't mind.
I don't mind at all.
Yeah, that kind of looks sweet there. And okay, here we go. Brace yourselves, America. There it is. I don't know how to blow that up, but I'm loving the layout. Oh, yeah.
I'm so excited about that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Making me look good again, Eric. I love you, man.
Trashman looks funny without hands.
I know. Oh, my God. This is the adventure of Chlorine and her, not her boyfriend, Stubby. Anyway, it was a horrible accident that happens in Hybrids 5.5. That if you pledge for the Indiegogo campaign today,
we'll tell that story.
We will tell that dreadful, horrible story with all the blood you can imagine. But anyway, no, that looks beautiful. I think that looks beautiful. What do you think?
I love it.
I do.
I love to see other people draw the characters that I've designed. It makes.
Yeah, because I'm going through that right now. I'm putting together an anthology of a character I created, and I was telling Cookie the other day, that my contributors for the Doc Saga book I'm putting together, they're starting to piss me off because they're doing it better than I do. They're doing my own character better than I can write, and it's really getting under my skin. So, but anyway, thank you, Eric, and
awesome, man.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. I know it was a bit of a hassle. Plus, I'm dealing with a slower computer. We have a dedicated computer now to our broadcasts. So we, it's not that it's making the show any better because we still have the same stupid operator. Anyway, Rick Bradley says, "Bah, your bedtime is whenever you fall asleep."
That's true, and it varies from anywhere between 10 p.m. and 4 a.m.
Yeah, or in this case, the minute Cookie is out of the house. So anyway, and Pops Van Zandt saying those spaces are going fast for CromCon 7, so contact Pops Van Zandt if you want a slot in that great independent show of his. It's a fantastic event. And Eric Hawkins goes, oh, sure, I walk away and you open it. Yeah, without you staring at me, Eric, and judging me. That's how things get done around here, you know what I'm saying? So, that's the thing. People occasionally like send me a message. Do you and Eric really like each other? And like, yeah, we love the other person. We fight like family. So, so anyway, Cindy Keprender's judgment, snazzy. I agree. And Pops Van Zandt says this is awesome. There we go. And he appreciates the chain, the silver trough. Nothing, and yes, it is based on the name of a popular golden place that serves a lot of food. Anyway, yeah, Carl Witzman, the pressure of live broadcasts. Yeah, that's true. That's true. People, and you do shows too, Luke. And you can vouch that there is a certain amount of distraction on here. You can't apply your full faculties.
Yeah. You've got it. There's a whole other when you're hosting. Whole other level of stress to that. I love being the Robin to someone else's Batman. It's great to be the co-host. I'm like, hey, everybody, look at me. Yeah, I was good at that. I'm like, yeah,
look at Brian screw up. Anyway,
I like to run interference sometimes. Like, I'm going to talk about this. Pay no attention to the guy that's looking at a whole bunch of screens like this.
Yeah. Well, and I don't duck out or anything to do it. I see a lot of broadcasts where they, kill their camera, but it's like, no, by God, you're gonna get to watch me. Like, what do I do now? So anyway, Joe McKeel of Stupid O'Clock has rendered judgment. Says, great show, guys. Good night, Joe. Thank you for being here, my man. Appreciate you so much. Check out Thursday night at 9 p.m. And Saturday nights at 11 p.m. all times Eastern. Stupid O'Clock, also a page on Facebook and also on YouTube where it has the great after hours convention discussion that you love, and it's a great show all the time. You're really going to want to check it out. Pops Van Zandt is taking the month off. I get to watch CromCon this time. That's right. You've got one of your kids getting married. Is that not true? And Pete Vasquez and Phil Leon are running the show. Well, there you go.
That's nice.
Yeah, you got two quality hosts right there, Pops. Good deal. And CromCon is a great event. So please check out that convention. It is fantastic. And also on Nevermind the Furthermore, we'll be talking about some different virtual conventions coming up. In fact, next week we will have her first time appearance on the show, Erin Casey, who is the author of The Purple Door District, great fantasy novel. And she is... there was a convention in Iowa called Imagine Other Worlds with Authors. Great title. And she took over from the previous owners of the show. And of course, this year she is taking over and she's running it as virtual con. There's a couple spaces left. If you're interested, if you're a writer and you're interested, contact me and I'll put you in touch with Erin Casey. And that's ERIN, not a dude. She is far from a dude. But anyway, she'll be on the show next week talking about the Imagine Other Worlds with Authors and her amazing work. So please join us. In fact, we've got some really cool guests lined up. And also, I got to say, be sure to keep your Friday night, October 30th clear, because we're going to have a very special show that night. We're going to have a special edition of Clever Title Pending.
Neat.
Yes, and we are going to have the one, the only. I don't think it's too soon to mention this. Well, no, I will tease it. But we are going to have some dark, sticky fun, if you know what I mean. You got it. Yeah, you're on the beam there. But yeah, so seriously, we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna, as we always try to do on this show, and you guys have had some great questions. I appreciate you all very much, and we've run through the entire gamut of them. And again, thank you guys for participating in the show. We couldn't do it without you. So, Luke, here is the last shot here, and with 48 hours to go, and a very achievable goal. I will say that it is totally achievable. Please tell everyone who you are and how to get in. And yes, Carl, on a Friday, we are stretching. But anyway, Luke, please tell everybody, remind them who you are other than just an incredible guy here. And I'm so proud to have you here. And also how they can follow you, what else you're up to aside from hybrids, and just your general awesomeness. So please take the floor, my friend.
I totally appreciate the high praise. That really means a lot to me. I'm like, oh, shucks. But I have been, and I still am, and probably will be for a while, Luke Stone. And I'm the writer and artist for Hybrids, the Sons of Gods. I am a full-time pastor. You guys, many of you know, and now the rest of you know that I just like making comic books, and I like making comics with my friends, and I get to do that. And hopefully something in the story can speak to you and reach out to you, and maybe you can connect with one of the characters. I can talk about it all day long, but nothing, says more about it. It says more about it, the quality of the book and that stuff than, the people that have read it when they say it. So when all of you guys are, saying how great the book is and things like that, it just makes my heart feel really good. And I'm going to keep making the books for all of you. But you can find me at lukestonestudios.com. You can find all of my Instagram and all of my Twitter and all that kind of stuff, and follow me on those things. You can even find the campaign up there. We've got 2 days left for this Indiegogo, and we're pushing hard to get to that 5,000 before the end of that particular goal, so that we can start reaching out for another goal. And so do appreciate your help. Please, by all means, share it, support it if you can. And if you can't support it in any way, you can share and even say a prayer for it, so we can continue to do some good work and entertain people with some quality entertainment that it's safe for the whole family. Well, for teen and above, and just keep check it out.
All right. Excellent. Yeah, definitely check out that book there. And real fast, we got some good news to tell you here. Carl Witzman has the Friday night show. I hadn't thought of that, but on a Friday, that's just when this opportunity arose, and it's the night before Halloween, and you won't have support Carl that night. No, you still have to have the green room. I'm going to be taking everybody that can't get to the green room, because we're going to have a really cool guest on for Halloween Eve. And so cool. We should be announcing it within the next couple days. But here's Luke. You like some good news?
I love good news.
Check out the crawl, or check out the thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
3296. We're getting closer.
I know.
Closer.
Cindy Cap from YouTube is keeping track of that. 1704 to go. Nevermorians. Never has it been more important for you to show how awesome you are and what a force you are. Please check out the web address that we are going to show on the screen, and also we're going to I got to get back on my hold on here. There we go. We're also going to put up this back up again, because I shared Eric's thing earlier, so I've got to put it back on my clipboard. And there is a very special website that's coming up right now. It is Indiegogo. It is the Luke Stone project, but it is a special link that will get you a whole bunch of good stuff, all hybrids related, at a special price. So please check that out. All right. We would appreciate it if you did. And anyway, Carl, you're not going to cancel the green room on that Friday. I insist that you still have it. Cindy Kep says, y'all done good. Thanks for hosting the adventure, Cindy. Thank you for being here. Mwah. So glad that you were here. Thank you, everyone who was here tonight. And this very special thanks, this hand, to Luke Stone here. Luke, hope you'll hang around for a couple minutes so I can tell you how much I appreciate you here. So I'm going to take over the screen because my bloated ego demands it. So anyway, thank you again, Luke Stone, for being here tonight. Appreciate it, man. So anyway, I will take over here to let you know that I appreciate you for being here tonight on Clever Title Pending. Thank you, Luke Stone, for giving us your time and your expertise and your great spirit here. We love you, man. And also, next week, as I said, we'll have author Erin Casey on, who will talk about a convention she's doing called Imagine Other Worlds with Authors, as well as her work in the Purple Door District. So please bring your questions, as always, because this show relies on them. And whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, please share this message with everyone you can so that everybody can check out what Luke's doing, and we'll push him over the edge with his goal on Indiegogo. Please check it out. You see it at the bottom of the screen right now. And it's awesome. He's awesome. Again, thank you, Luke. And I thank you for being awesome. Thank you for watching Clever Title Pending. Be sure to check out our website, risingtide.pub, where you can sign up for our free monthly newsletter. The next issue will be going out October 1st, and we're starting to do some really different stuff in there, like video. So please check it out. Also, we tell you what's going on with Rising Tide Publications and our personal appearance schedule. And we also provide motivation, education, and inspiration with every issue. And two secret links. What will they be in October? You'll have to sign up for the newsletter to find out. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to this channel. Give this video a big thumbs up and ring that bell if you would, so you'll be notified of all future appearances by myself and other shows that we are planning in the immediate future. And if you're watching on YouTube, please, or rather on Facebook, please go to Rising Tide Publications on YouTube, on Facebook rather, and sign up for that page. We've got about 2,200 people that follow us, and we'd love you to be one of them. We post new content 3 or 4 times a day. Plus, we have promotions for our friends, so you see what else they're up to. So in closing, thank you again for watching Clever Title Pending. We will see you tomorrow morning on Nevermind the Furthermore at 10 a.m., 9 a.m. Central. So remember, as always, stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, never apologize for being awesome. We're going to set up that closing video here. Don't panic, folks. We're going to get this settled out soon. And don't forget, folks, we appreciate you being here. Have a great evening, and we'll see you next Tuesday on Clever Title Pending.
New from Terraform Comics, Hybrids, the Sons of Gods, Volume 1, Trash Day. When everyday people develop godlike abilities, it is up to a small band of heroes to expose an evil superhuman trafficking ring. This 128-page volume merges history with fiction in an exciting, fast-paced adventure. Get your copy now.
This is the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to us wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Also catch us on the HWWS Web TV YouTube channel. Subscribe today and become part of the legend.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
Thank you for tuning in to Clever Title Pending, a Rising Tide Publications and Brian K. Morris production. A member of Comic Book Advocating Network and sponsored by GeekInsider.com. Become part of our show with sponsorship and advertising opportunities. For details, contact advertising at geekinsider.com or visit podcast.geekinsider.com. The Geek Insider podcast is available on your favorite app, so please hit the follow button and share it out to your friends. Because if you don't, you might have to turn in your geek card.